to Surf Dudes with Attitude, podcast about California dreams. I'm Pete from New York City. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, how's it going? I'm James, also from New York City.
And I am George, not from New York City.
That's true. That's true. George, we're going to get you up here one of these times, and it's purely going to be for this podcast.
Absolutely.
You hear how excited he is about it?
I'm ready, man. I love coming up to New York.
You have been a dad since the age of 13, right? Like, you have at least had that mentality, but without ever having kids. Like, you would love it up here. You could complain about so much.
Everything. I could complain about, like, who
traffic,
has the best bagels.
Yeah, best pizza shop for sure. Yeah.
Can I be honest, as a New Yorker? Like, I've been here almost 20 years now. I do not give a shit about pizza. Like, I like pizza. I do not have a favorite pizza spot. I don't care if it's thick crust, thin crust, grandma. Don't give a fuck. I don't know if that. I got to turn my gun to bad.
Yeah, that's not a problem. But get the fuck out of my city.
Yeah, you should not be a New Yorker. Like, one of the first times I came up to see Pete, I'm like, Pete, where's the best slice of pizza around here? He's like, the place in the corner. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Unbelievable.
That place wasn't bad, but yes, it was more proximity than anything, if I'm being honest.
Like, at least say, like, original, like Ray's Original or something, you know?
Famous original Ray's? Like, there's so many of them. I don't care. It's like, if it's good pizza. There was a place in, like, the Lower East Side that I used to take my friends to when they showed up to New York, and I'm like, gotta take you to this place called Totono's. And then, who gives a shit? Like, it was really expensive. I guess it was good. But honestly, the best pizza I've had is in Philly. I'm sorry. Am I the worst? Are you guys quitting?
Yeah,
is that the sound?
you're basically going to get assassinated after this episode is done recording.
Bring it on.
James and I are going to go start that Severance podcast, and we're going to, like, eat pizza while we do it.
We're going to eat pizza every episode.
You guys have a lot to catch up on before they start a new season, I guess.
And there's plenty of pizza places here because it's literally the pizza capital of the world. But you wouldn't know that because you hate fun.
Yeah. That's you said that on one of the last episodes, and
it still rings true.
I'll have you know that I went back and I found what episode Donkey Lips was in because I'm a fun-loving person, and I wanted to see that he was in multiple episodes, but only credited for one. I just want to close that loop of something we talked about weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, I mean, speaking of friendship dying, we have an episode of California Dreams to talk about that really hits home, you know, the idea of greed and loyalty. I was surprised at the start of this episode. We did get music, but the rest of it was pretty rough, James.
Look, yes, it was. I was convinced that we were finally going to get a music-centric episode, but we were rug pulled again.
We got a whole new song, though.
We did get a whole new song.
We did, and
some great Zach Throne singing in the whole new song. Also, I want to make a special point to point this out. It was awesome J. Anthony Frankie guitar playing in this. It looked real.
Is that true?
It was, as I was actually going to say, that is the most accurate looking guitar miming I have ever seen on this show.
It was all upstroke.
Was pretty good.
Lead was good.
He was sustaining at the appropriate moments, and even when his fingers were moving, it was as close as it's gonna get.
I think it's as close as it's been since we have spoken to him. You're not wrong there. Do you guys agree? Since when did we speak to him? Like the second season or something like that?
I wasn't involved.
Okay.
I wasn't here for that. But anyways, yeah, the pantomiming on the guitar was actually pretty good this episode. I did really appreciate that. Plus, they're playing on the pier. We have an exterior shot.
Okay. Do you want to get into it, James? This new episode of California Dreams? Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, yeah, we open to the band just shredding at
outside.
I would assume is their equivalent to Austin City Limits. It was a very elaborate boardwalk show. They had chairs there, packed the place out. They were rocking the boardwalk. We got an exterior shot.
No,
I wasn't expecting it to be a pier or a boardwalk, but whatever, we'll take it. And we got some music. And they really, for the first couple minutes of this episode, I was like, oh, this YouTube upload is incomplete. Like, I'm missing some of, there's no way they're going to play this 2 or 3 minute song and nothing happened before that. But that was the case. I think maybe even the show was feeling guilty about not having the band be a part of the last 7 episodes.
You think that's it? You really think that's it? They're like, we got some diehard music fans that, no, I don't.
Doesn't make sense otherwise. Nope. Doesn't make sense. Why else would they do that? Why else would they, after not even really approaching the band aspect of this show for 7 episodes, why would they open on this episode for 3 minutes of the band?
I will tell you.
It is very confusing. I'm not complaining. Okay, I loved that we got some of the band, and again, some of the most accurate guitar pantomiming. A whole new set. We got a whole new set too. So I'm not complaining. I'm just confused as to why they haven't barely even mentioned the band the past couple episodes, and then this one we open with the band, and then we go back to not mentioning the band. It's just suspicious. I'm suspect.
It's a little sus. But I have a theory. It's because I think this is going to be the new spot. If I'm not mistaken, we definitely see this pier more. So the guy says in this scene, we'd love to have you back as basically a residency band. But let's talk about the setup. Mark is now singing. I guess he's the lead singer to the point that he even he gets out behind his fucking keyboard and he fucking rocks out like a youth pastor. He's going crazy. Yeah. Tiffany is playing out of a fucking guitar amp. Okay, so I know we're spreading some roses here and stuff, and Jake did a good job, but I still got to say, come on, that's a guitar amp. It's very obviously a guitar amp, but I was so happy. We started with a concert. We started with a pretty full song, and it wasn't a bad song, okay? This was actually kind of a rocking song.
Know that it's a guitar amp?
I don't know. The head looks like a guitar amp.
Well, just...
Okay, all right. James is bringing this up.
We're looking at it, but there's no.
I was so wrong about the Terminator 2 reference. The other episode, he just can't not. That is a fucking guitar amp.
Okay, yes, it does look that way, but I don't see any branding on there that would make.
Well, they can't put brand. We've seen before that they cover up the amp peg and the PB stuff.
Okay,
that's a guitar amp.
Okay.
I've never seen a bass amp look like that in all my years.
And what are you, the arbiter of bass amps now? Is that what
on
you
the
are?
podcast? I am the bass expert. I would say.
Is it possible that maybe this is the bass cab over here, or the bass cab is behind here?
Okay, all right.
So listen. So Tiffany is playing the bass, but
they're putting the keyboard
we've got
through the guitar amp. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I am telling you that.
I would say the keyboard amp.
From years of working backline in New York City, keyboard players play out of guitar amps all the fucking time.
I will say more bass players play out of a keyboard amp than the other way around. I've played out of so many the same amps that keyboard players play out of because it has both ends, all right? Your fucking thin-ass guitar frequencies only can go to a guitar amp. I'm not saying
it's a great idea. I'm just saying a lot of people do it.
This is a man who's arguing for segregation, and I'm not going to have it. The point is, I was really happy with some of the stuff and that they did pay attention to. For instance, let's talk about Sam's right hand, okay? Sam is stage right at this point, and she's actually doing some little ditty things. This is the first time that we've ever seen Sam, at least, actually mimic one of the keyboard lines. Usually she's just doing this, like a marionette, okay? But this time you can actually see it. I'm impressed by that. I am impressed by Jake's pantomiming as well, okay?
It was good. It was good. It was almost believable.
It was 10-year-old Pete would have bought that 100%.
For sure. Yeah.
43-year-old Pete, 60% would have bought that. Okay.
Yeah.
I appreciate I'm so happy. We're outside. We're just blessed, James. All right. We've had a lot of bad episodes. We deserve this. We never see outside shots. We never see music.
I'm not the one fucking crush the dream talking about why is Tiffany on the bass amp. We're not going to judge. We're going to accept any music we can get because we're never going to hear more of this.
I love a California Dream song where Tony is standing up the entire time. All right. I love it.
Okay. Tony is shredding both the drum set and congas. Thank you very much.
Yes.
That's not an activity you can be seated for. You have to be standing up. Look. Just shredding just shredding
I
both.
love that he's doing this. You can still hear the 4 on the floor going, so he's still rocking out. Look at that shot. Oh,
Look at
my
it.
God.
It's glorious.
I love that Mark leaves his post to like sing to the audience. I love that there's a no diving allowed sign that will stay there legally. It has to, no matter if the dreams are playing or not. Yeah,
it's the pier. But you know,
That's great.
even with Tony's drumming, because it's clearly a set of congas and a drum set playing at the same time, he did his best. And even his miming looked pretty, even though we know it's not physically possible to be doing what he was doing.
The song's just too good. There's just no way.
The song is just too good.
Technical.
But
the John Petrucci part.
He was able to make it work. You know, even though Tiffany was playing out of a guitar amp.
You admit it.
I'm just saying in this scenario where you said is a guitar amp, she still was moving her hand more than normal.
That's true. Do you think this is their encore, or do you think that they played so mediocre that the crowd immediately left? Did you see that? They're like, thank you, good night, and everybody fucked off.
No, this was just the 90s. Bands played one song.
I get that, but
and then
like
the show was over.
They left so fast that it was like, they're like, oh, we're all turning into farmers. We have to get up early.
I guess it was implying that it was their last song.
Okay.
But
it could have been an encore.
You know, it could have been the encore.
Who plays a new song as their encore?
That does somebody who's playing Austin City Limits. But in this scenario, it's California Pier.
California Pier's my favorite newbie.
Yeah, for sure. So anyways, they wrap up playing. Everyone leaves super fast. No one sticks around for anything. No one asks for autographs.
Yep.
The douchey businessman comes over and says, "That was great." And he's like yelling. He's yelling. And they're asking Sly, you know, like, why is he yelling? And it's because he was standing next to Tiffany's guitar amp. So
that's fuck you.
He hurt his hearing. He hurt his hearing there. But
let's not bury the lead. Yes, they made $1,000.
$1,000. Does that make
sick.
Does that make up for them not playing or even thinking
for
about
6
music
months
for the past 6 months? Yeah, exactly.
That's like $2,100 a day. That's a fucking good gig, and it's going to be a residency gig. Like, I'm not saying the rest of this episode's good, but they are right to say like, okay, we might have some extra fuck off money kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty cool. I don't know if you could bring it up, but Tony's dressed like a giant bow tie in this episode with this outfit.
He honestly, let me see if I can get a better shot of it. Is it him on the boardwalk?
It's still him on the pier, yeah. He always looks great, but he just looks like a standing up sidewards bow tie. I don't know. It's okay if you can't find it. I will just have it in my memory forever.
I don't know if I can. There you go.
See, I love it. Anyway, so they don't know what to do with themselves. They are flush with this financial windfall, and I don't know. They start thinking of what it's going to be like to have all this money, and
of course, Pete hates this, but we got ourselves a dream sequence, and
it's not even a dream sequence. This is like a daytime, it's a nighttime fantasy sequence.
Yeah. And to be fair, it's pretty bad. All of them are usually pretty bad, but this one is
making you yawn that you hate it so much.
Yeah,
too.
just thinking about it bores me.
I got a question. During this dream sequence and all the dream sequences as well, why can't they ever dream outside of the 4 sets that they have on the California Dreams budget?
Because it's all they know. That's all their life is.
They obviously made an outside earshot. Why can't they do anything?
The British thing was probably the more, out of the things that annoyed me, that was for sure.
You hate the British, man.
Yeah. Well, I do. Their food is terrible. And the accents, like I hate it when British people try to do a Southern accent. That's
the only one they know.
They fail. They really fail miserably. These guys trying to do the British accent was pretty brutal.
It's all different regional dialects. It's just a mess. But
yeah. So anyways, we open in the practice space, right? Mm-hmm. And Jake is in the corner talking to his Jeeves character, who he called Picking Grish. What did he call his butler?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't write it down.
Doesn't matter. He's asking his butler what flavor of motorcycle he should ride. Okay, and then Mark and Tiffany come in tennis outfits with these terrible British accents, talking about rich people problems. And Tony and Wicks and wooing in Paris. I'm just going to show this.
That's the tabloid, right?
Yeah, it's the tabloid. And what's funny is when I saw this is the moment I understood why it was called Wick's World.
It's like 7 episodes ago.
Sure was. Yeah, it was pretty slow on the uptick there.
Right, since you were complaining last episode, you called it Winklevoss World, like you didn't understand that his last name is Wicks.
It didn't make sense until
we're 16 episodes in, James.
Yeah,
this 3rd season.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. That's when I saw that. That's exactly why I'm telling you now, because of how unsettled I was in my own mind. Anyways, but then that dream sequence, that imagination sequence is over. We're back on the pier. Pete was like, thank God, this could have gone on for longer. I hope we don't see it again.
Yeah.
And fortunately we don't. But we're back at the pier and they're all having a great time. And is this when So in the course of them talking about how much money they made,
yes,
they were basically like, they were super stoked at how much money they had, and they kind of make this offhanded comment to Lorena, this must be what it feels like to have so much money.
Yes.
And Lorena's like, well, rich people, you can still have problems too. The problems don't go away with money, and nobody wants to hear it. They're just dancing, they're dilly-dallying. Anyways, the group disbands.
Lorena, this is weird. This is weirdly out of character for her to be the one with the wherewithal to say money changes people, and it's not as great as you think. But Lorena is basically buying up a newspaper conglomerate and starting to plant stories about how we should give billionaires more tax cuts here. I truly believe she's trying to make us sympathize with the fact. I don't think think this whole cuts to this episode. I don't think that these friends here that were super solid would actually change. She keeps inceptioning all these seeds of doubt and trying to manipulate the situation for them to distrust each other.
Maybe. Yes, that is true. She does seem a little too motivated to do that, especially after being the lone voice that's like,
for what?
Money is...
It's such a flimsy fucking...
not key to happiness.
It's such a flimsy premise.
But hear me out.
I'm listening.
Hear me out. She has all that money. Everyone thinks she has everything. But as the episode with her dad will remind us very quickly, she's got problems with her dad because
she's a spoiled brat.
Her dad's all over the place making so much money, but he's not a presence in her life.
That is not what she really wants. That is 100% not what happened to that. You're projecting whatever happened with your rich father.
Am I projecting?
During a Colorado Yeti episode. Okay, that whole episode, he's a great dad. He's actually trying to teach her responsibility, but she's too hung up on her own self-image and materialistic.
But he's running a ski lodge in Colorado.
He's got a private jet, probably. Okay.
Yeah, but he still has to be there. He's not there like an everyday dad. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Who's the billionaire apologist on this podcast, sir? I don't know which one
I'm
it's supposed to be.
I'm just trying to say, from her perspective, it does make sense. Because, yes, she has all that money, but she would probably rather have a present
They would
father.
have never gotten...
I'm just trying to make sense of why she would even give a fuck.
They would have never gotten in any of these fights had they not come up with this stupid scavenger hunt. It makes no sense. And what do they bet? I love this line where she's like, I'm afraid if you guys all got rich, it would ruin your friendship. I'm like, okay, that's weirdly deep for someone like you and your character.
Well, maybe it's because she wouldn't be the only rich person anymore.
Well, Jake says, wow, he basically says the same thing. He's like, wow, that's that deep conversation. She's like, no, I saw it on episode 90210 with Dylan and Brenda, which is only partially true if you're into the 90210. Dylan is a rich kid, but it never really comes up because fucking Brenda's a rich kid too. So I thwart that.
In 90210, they're all rich kids. Even the poorest kid,
no,
kid.
Not Andrea. She's definitely poor. All right, she's a peasant taking the bus to school.
She's Beverly Hills poor, though.
Okay, so we're gonna jump to the loft.
Anyways, we're done with this. We're done with this.
jump to the loft. At this point, Jake and Lorena have made some kind of flesh trade bet where they think we can fuck with our friends with this fake scavenger hunt, and if whoever wins gets to kiss the other person.
It's just like trading places. Yeah.
I think there was a kissing bet with him and Dan Aykroyd, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there was and the brothers.
So we're in the loft, and Tiff has this great outfit on that she wears for most of the episode. It's great. I love her fashion. Anyway, so Jake comes out with this book, and he has a little piece of paper fall out. And I really don't want to talk a lot about this, but it is a fucking A plot. How much time did Jake spend on these 4 riddles? He could have been writing a fucking song or working on his noodling solo work.
Well, I think you just answered it. He spent all the time he should have been doing those things and was coming up with these riddles.
Yeah. So the first riddle says something, and then that takes them to the movie theater. You just stop me if I'm missing anything.
Yeah, basically.
The movie theater with 20 folding chairs in this movie theater.
That was gonna be my first question. Well, okay, so first, these letters are from like the 50s, which is important. It's important.
It says $5 million in the 50s, which was, I think, the entire gross national product of the world at that point.
Yeah, it would have been a lot of money, and of course they talk about how all of the things that however they interpret these riddles has to be within the context of what was there in 1950, whatever. And of course, so the movie thing, what do people do? They go to see the movies, whatever. They go to a movie theater, and this is the only movie theater that I've ever seen with folding chairs. But
you haven't watched Saved by the Bell then, because it's the same movie theater.
What's funny? It's the same folding chairs from the pier.
No.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Let's go back here.
Also, I mean, when you jump back to the pier real quick, like some of these action shots are great. We are getting like full 360 view, and it's really nice.
It's the most we've ever seen. Oh, I guess not. I guess it's benches. I thought they were chairs.
I'm still keeping it in.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, leave it in. So they're at the movie theater, and they're talking and being annoying, and they find this other clue, which leads them to it takes them to the pier, or do they go to Sharky's first?
They go to Sharky's. Now, is this during school hours? Are they in school? I mean, they go to school at some point, so I'm going to assume that this is within the confines of the school year. Somewhere between August and June, okay? Can't tell. It's California.
It is. We can tell that it is nighttime.
That's crazy. That we actually saw like a night shot of Sharky's, and they said later, like, we're going to go there after hours. So I really have no notes for when they're at Sharky's. We have a lot of set changes in this episode because it's so goddamn goofy. But basically, we're finding toilet paper rolls with little riddles in them all over.
But they don't find. They find the clue at the movie theater, but then they get kicked out. And they go to solve the riddle at Sharky's, right?
Oh,
yeah. Okay,
wow,
that's because they're talking about it at the movie theater.
The grand scheme of things, that doesn't really matter. But
for sure. What does this have to do with music is what I was asking. But anyway, so then the seeds of malcontent have taken root, and everyone is starting to be very untrusting of each other. And Jake and Elena are like, yeah, it is happening. Watch this. So they all go to the pier and are surprised,
dude,
that everyone is there.
Scene.
It was super dumb.
No, it's like they're looking for everything, and the Sly has been hiding. There's no way they didn't see Sly. And when Jake and Lorena come out later, like,
yeah, that's dude, for me, that was like,
even
what?
As a child, I would have been like, come on, like,
but you didn't. What's funny is you didn't.
Yeah, but I manifested it and started a podcast 30 years later so I could talk about it. So
is that really how that played
out?
That's
the
stunning level of foresight.
That's the revisionist history that I'm going with.
Yeah,
James.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, so they're all at the pier doing a terrible job of hiding and looking, consequently.
Voiceovers for all of them.
And that was the other thing I figured you'd hate, because it's like almost like a dream sequence, but not really. You know, like we didn't finally blast off into the pink-rimmed, cloudy vision of what a dream is.
True.
This is just it happening in reality. and it's voiceover time.
It is voiceover time. Sly has like a consistent money, money, money kind of thing, which is probably the funniest part.
I don't know. Mark coming to the conclusion that he needs to think like a Winkle and then going into that same monologue, that was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
How they didn't see Jake and Elena, though, to me is
Lorena. And Tony's last name is
Lorena,
Wicks.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I'll remember that.
If we talk to these people, you better get your shit together.
If I saw them play in a band more, I'd probably remember it better, to be honest. But
I saw Tiffany littering in this scene, so that is now canon. She is just money hungry.
Is repressing a lot of rage.
I mean,
you know? the money would do her good if she spent it on therapy, but I'm almost certain it will manifest in addiction.
Also, I remember this episode as a kid because this is the first time I heard the term scum bucket. So I definitely use that to kids my age because of this episode.
You use it just now. Yeah, the only other time you've ever used it. So they find the last clue there, or this clue there. It's not the last clue, and now they're getting really suspicious of each other, and they figure out that the next clue is going to be a school.
Yeah,
and they want to make sure that they're able to get in before anyone else has an opportunity to find that $5 million.
And they're like, "We'll just meet you tomorrow morning," but then that doesn't happen.
Well, it does.
Well, no, because they go back to the pier, or they're still on the pier. Wait, you know what? Sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, they do that whole dumb little dream thing. They find the next clue, and they do the math that it has to go to the school. They have to go to school, but the school's closed, and this is where you were saying they say it's all locked up. We can't get in now. We'll have to get in there first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So then they leave, and then of course Lorena and Jake come out of the worst hiding spaces imaginable. There's literally slits. Like they were standing. I'm pulling a picture up just so everyone can see how stupid this is. They were standing behind these things.
Yes.
Like there's.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. That was like, come on, dude. Anyways, so they're both, Lorena and Jake are basically like, yeah, it's happening. It's really happening. Next,
James? What's this kiss gonna be like?
There's like a moral lesson here, though. Like, is it Lorena or Jake that gets upset? They're like, they start to become a little bit. They feel a little bad that they're like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what is this kiss gonna be like when they like pony up?
Full tongue, baby.
Well, it's like it's gonna be the
full tongue,
most guilty, shameful kiss because, like, well, you did win the bet, and we lost all of our friends.
That's just the way Jake likes it.
Sam stabbed Tiffany in the side, and she's recovering, but I get a kissy poo.
It is kind of weird how sadistic both Jake and
unnecessary.
Lorena. Yeah, it's like just like Trading Places.
Yeah, the director's cut.
It's just like Trading Places. Anyway, so next scene opens on the school. The janitor opens the door, and the five stumble in, clearly disheveled, and we find out that they slept on the steps of the school.
Yeah. I love the idea that all of these under the movie theater, later Sharkies, like none of this shit has been found for 40 years. They have not. That's the idea anyway. Like,
no one could solve the riddle.
So nobody found this toilet paper roll.
They had to find it and solve the riddle.
This brawny roll that's just under the bench that they've been sitting at.
It's a fresh brawny roll. Yeah, exactly. It's a fresh brawny roll.
But I guess it leads us into our next point. It's that like they find another clue and it says something about Jaws, and then I think it's Sam or Tiff that says, "Wait a minute, this reference wasn't around till 1975," and they actually called out when Jaws came out, and they were correct. And then for some fuck reason, Tiffany knows exactly when this school was constructed in 1969.
I know exactly why, because she's repressing a lot of rage and has certainly come up with a plan to bomb or shoot up the school. Duh. She knows the floor plan. She's looked at the records at City Hall.
Right. I think her original name in the pilot was Tiff Kinkle.
Yeah. Tiff Kinkle. Yeah.
That's a reference. So
is it?
they now realize that they've been had, and they're like, wait, Jake and Lorena have been weirdly quiet about this whole search.
Suspiciously quiet.
Yes. And they're like, well, what do we got to do? And they did the classic California Dreams move. We got like the old like switcheroo, or what's it called? Like the old
bait and switch.
Yeah, like they'll double cross maybe, because they prank back and without the other people knowing. And I don't know how nobody knows in this episode, but let's just suspend that disbelief. My question is, they figured out that this is all a horrible prank for no reason, and do they just stay at school for the next like 3 hours until first class or something?
$5 million fucking dollars is on the line. Are you kidding me?
But they know there's no money now, so they're like, I guess do they go home and shower before school, or they just stay there?
No, now it's just another thing this show really likes to operate on is spite.
That's the whole reason we're continuing this podcast.
Why we're doing this show. Yeah, exactly. Is spite. So, that for them, the motivation is clear, and it's to get their revenge at all costs, because Tiffany's repressing a lot. She needs this as a win. If she doesn't, the other people are going to bleed.
Just another drop in the bucket. So we go to Sharky's, and their final part of the plan, to get back Lorena and Jake, they totally trash Sharky's. These kids, they have access to Sharky's after hours, and they fucking trash the joint.
Tony's got the keys because he owns Sharky's.
He does own Sharky's. And so anyway, this is part of their plan.
They've trashed it.
They're gonna make Jake and Lorena think that they are like completely off the deep end, and then they're gonna leave in a huff, and they're gonna tow. They're gonna basically, Jake and Lorena are gonna have to come clean, and they say, "Well, God damn it, you clean this shit up," and so they do. But then they leave this fake pouch of jewels there for Jake and Lorena.
What's funny? There was this moment when that surfboard fell, and I was convinced that was an unintentional. There was at least a second of me where I was thinking.
But how did the gang? How did the gang?
What do you mean? How did the gang?
I had to do it, right? It wasn't. I mean, it was on purpose because it had the jewels behind it. But like, how did?
I guess, yeah. But Tony owns
this.
Tony owns that establishment, so they can do whatever they want.
This was before your time, Oliva. Listen, that board with the the shark bite in it, that was actually an integral part of an episode from season 2, where Tiffany needs a job because her best surfboard got bitten by a shark, and that's when she starts working at Sharky's and becomes Tony's boss. Okay, and then eventually they fire her, and they're like, just take one of the boards on the wall. You leave your board because it gives this place authenticity. So we do see it. There is some stunning continuity from season 2.
Yeah. Well,
did you come? Because that's pretty
tying it back to Tiffany only makes sense. And again, how are they able to do it? It makes even more sense now. It's her board.
Yeah.
Maybe there was she had a trap compartment in there already. Okay. It is a stunning level of continuity. My brain is still trying to do the mathematical formula to figure out how the fuck it works, but it does. I'm sure it does.
This also isn't that great of a prank because they don't let it go on long at all. Like, they don't even let them leave the establishment or whatever and get a taste of their own medicine. Like, they really just show up there and be like, haha, I got you. And then this becomes a fucking like message. This is like the end of a Full House episode where the violins kick in at the 21-minute mark, and all of a sudden, like, we have to have a moral lesson. And I'm like, well, fuck off. We've just had like 5 episodes with fucking moral lessons. Like,
and what's really dumb is like they just pulled this prank on someone, and then they're gonna fall for it. They're not even done pulling this prank on their friends, and they're gonna fall for it.
Where do you get jewels on such short notice? Are these like blood diamonds, James?
No,
do you think?
It's pieces of glass. It's cubic zirconia.
You would think that Lorena, with her materialistic life,
she would know how to spot a diamond.
See, the funny gag here would be for her to like have a jeweler's magnifying glass on her at all times.
Yeah,
that would have been funny.
Yeah,
but they didn't go for that because we don't have enough fucking time. We wasted so many time going to different fucking sets and finding these dumb clues. But, they did throw us a bone with that first song and a new song.
Well, I mean, I guess really this is what I mean to say is like, was this episode bad? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it lacking in every area, starting with the script? Yeah. But you know where it wasn't lacking? We got to see them play in the fucking band. We got to see the band get back together, man.
Well, let's hope that this is a residency and we'll get to see more band stuff.
Honestly, and this is no exaggeration. If they open every episode with the band playing, I will feel better about that. Even if the episode itself isn't about something having to do with the band, if we can return to music being a central part of every episode, I will be 100% for
hands-free orgasm at that point.
Yeah,
I would love that. And so they have this moment, and I don't know. I just kind of think like, well, is there still like some kissing debt that needs to be paid? Like, what kind of relationship doesn't have free kisses? Because technically, like, Lorena did win the bet, you know? And like, this is just another toxic trait of the Jake and Lorena episodes, you know? Like, and I don't know, like, the final line of the film is like, well, you know, we still made $1,000, so we can still maybe spend it on something. Then Sly says, like, well, as the manager of the band, I get to keep the finances. My question to you, like, isn't that true? Like, who would keep the finances of the California Dreams? Wouldn't it be Sly?
It would be Sly. Yeah. Nobody else has really expressed or demonstrated an acumen for management. No. So
Lorena, terrible. She's just good at pitting people against each other, apparently.
Definitely not Jake. Jake's only good at mediocre pantomiming guitar solos. You know, Tony's got his hands full with congas and a drum set.
Yeah.
Tiffany's playing out of a guitar amp.
So we can't trust anything she says. She's a liar.
It's just and you know, I don't know. We can trust Sam. Maybe the right hand doesn't know what the left hand is doing. I don't know how we call back to that. Anyways, all I mean to say is if I will put up with dream sequences. I will put up with moral lessons. I will put up with the violin starting at 21 minutes in every episode. If we can open every episode with, it doesn't even have to be a new song. I don't even care if it's a new song. Just if we can see them playing anywhere.
Yeah.
That to me will be a win.
James, I got some bad news for you. I know we did really like this episode this much, but we're going to fortunately have to revisit it in the 5th season episode, which I won't tell you what the name is because I don't want to spoil you in the future, but
we're going to have to revisit this episode.
How do you think I mean that? It's the worst. How would you interpret what I just said?
They're gonna do the same episode, but pretend like it's a different episode.
No, that would be better. This is where we have a clip show episode that is going to feature some of this.
My God.
So yeah.
Is this the kind of show that even needs a clip show episode?
I love the fact. I love it that like they're like this was one of the highlights that we're definitely gonna have to remind people about.
Damn it!
I love clip shows.
George, do you think this episode is good enough to warrant a clip show later in the future?
Yeah, of course. I mean, what happens if you forget to set your VCR and tape the episode so you can't rewatch it later? How are you supposed to remember it?
A bygone era that were clip shows just to fulfill a season order of episodes. That's great. The only trivia to this episode was that Pacific Coast High School was built in 1969. It's on IMDb. Wow. That's it. They don't have to tell me. That's my name right here.
So was there a famous actor in this one or no? There was no other famous person in this episode, right? There's no secrets. I thought you were going to say that there's like a secret special guest spot that we missed, like the music manager or something.
No, I was thinking something, but I don't remember now. The only different people we had was the manager and we had the school's custodian, and they didn't look like anything to me.
There was the butler.
Wow, judgmental.
The what?
The butler.
Right.
You know, who's that butler?
Everything in those dream sequences, I just completely forget. You know, like I block out. I'm sorry.
I think you're fucking missing something here, buddy. So if I go to IMDb, California Dreams season.
I mean, I'm looking at. Am I missing something?
The only extra people in this is the butler and Crusher. I assume Crusher is the manager guy or the gig guy.
Who's Billy Buckman? Was that that's the guy. Okay, he was in Full Metal Jacket.
All right. What was he in Full Metal Jacket?
He was Doc Ray. He was one of the people in the second half of the film.
Wow.
Well, I mean, Yeah, wow. So anyway,
That's hilarious. How does Full Metal Jacket play into this is my question. Who's Robert Munns?
that's the butler.
What's this guy been in? Forever Young? Doc Hollywood? This Boy's Life? Dogfight? How Nikola Tesla popped my chair?
That's a short.
Is that for real?
Yeah.
That was
Betty
one of his
White's
last-
off
That was one of his
their
last. That was his
rockers.
last movie, actually. It looks like.
Wow.
Okay, so since we got some music in this episode,
Unsolved Mysteries, he was on, my God, Pete, he was on your favorite episode of Unsolved Mysteries. One episode from 2002, he played Mr. Stinger. You remember that episode, right?
of course, that's the one that they didn't solve, right? It's the one with the update.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, we got some music in this episode, so you know what that means, James. We got to give out some awards. All right.
All right.
So I think I maybe unanimously say that I think Jake will finally get the Tony Award.
Yeah.
Be back in
for
his
sure.
grasp because he actually
sure.
it looks like he actually put in some effort. Like
Yeah.
not all of it, but the first little doodly doos he
Dude,
got correct.
Look, I'm not even exaggerating. As I was watching that, I was like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Not bad. So
It's pretty good.
who was the worst? I have an answer.
I don't know.
I know mine. I'm locked in on my answer.
Do you know which? Do you know?
Yeah, I
do. You
do.
know?
Yeah, I do.
What do you
I'm
think?
glad you asked. I'm going to give it to the guitar amp that badly mined being a bass amp. Okay?
So you're giving it to the amp, not to Tiffany.
Yes. You
Okay.
can't stop me.
Okay. Yeah. So this one's weird because normally Tony would get the award, but
He was killing it.
it's not to say that he wasn't killing it in this episode, but it's the least believable.
That's
Like,
true.
he couldn't be playing a full drum set and the congas the way that the track sounded at
That's
the same
a tough,
time.
That's a tough call, but I respect it.
They gave him an impossible challenge. He did his best. It is good. But when we look at everyone else, dude, Mark getting out from behind the keyboard, what's going on here? What's going on here? We're getting crazy. Jake just nailing his pantomime solo, and Sam and Tiffany doing the shoulder to shoulder like singer
Sam
thing.
was actually playing
Killing
some
it.
keyboard this time.
They were killing it. And
It's actually a tough call.
Again, it's not to say that Tony wasn't, but I actually saw Tiffany's fingers moving.
Mhm.
I saw them moving and I was like, there's too many firsts. My brain can't
So
comprehend.
is this like a
all
field
of
day
the
situation
things.
where we have to give everybody a participation trophy because I think everybody
No.
did a great job?
No. Everyone did a great job. If we're splitting, if the definition of this is who is the most believable, Tony is the least believable because it's the full drum set and the congas at the same time.
Okay. I respect that answer. Who would you want to be in a band with?
Plus, Tony wins this award literally every episode that there's music.
We're trying to
So
mix
I
it
think
up.
he can sit this one out. I think he's going to be all right.
Okay. So who would you want to be in a band with? Who's your Tiffy going to?
I'm still going to say Sly.
He got that $1,000
He
gig.
got the job. He's gonna get them more, and he's gonna manage the funds. Sly's the person I want to be in the band with.
Yep. I hate to say it. George, you want to?
$1,000. $1,000 in 1992 for
That's
these
crazy today.
fucking
I love that today.
humdrum
That's
high
crazy.
school students. $1,000, a residency where you get $1,000.
You can just
That's
keep
a
your, you can
college
keep your
fund.
equipment up there. It isn't like they
Yeah.
weren't taking it anywhere with them either.
Yeah, leave it there. Fuck it. If it gets stolen, you buy all new gear.
You can have,
It's
just have
$1,000
You can have Siegel.
and use it as a bass
That's
amp.
usually
Yeah.
the same. George, can you whisk us away to next week and what this episode is called and see if James can get it?
I don't think he can, but
I think he might have an idea.
I don't think he has any idea. I think he has about as much of an idea about the next episode as you do about what good pizza is.
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Title.
George on that
Fair,
for sure.
fair.
Excellent tie back, George.
The title of next week's episode is Tiffany's Gold.
Tiffany's Gold. Okay, so there's no way they would do an episode somewhat similar to this one,
So-
right? There's no way
you-
they would do
Are
that.
you sure? Because they're making, they're getting all high and mighty with all the morals of the episode.
They need to pack that clip show episode,
Does she like inherit some earrings or something? I don't know. I just see I see Tiffany's Gold and I think two things.
Yeah.
Tiffany has won an award for music, which we know did not happen. Or she is somehow inherited gold and is blinded by, lust for rich life. I don't know. It's like the same shit as that's what I'm getting at. Either it's
great
nothing
pizza.
to do with
that,
this,
that
or it's
Papa John has
exactly.
great pizza.
Favorite New York slice.
With the National Volleyball Championship drawing near, Tiffany feels the pressure not only from her coach and teammates, but from the band too, who think that a star athlete could help boost their publicity. Desperate to succeed, she turns to steroids.
My God, we're getting a steroid episode.
This is the most I could hope for on a non-music related episode.
Yeah, no, I'm for this. For this.
Is the season finale of season 3. So we have made it.
My God.
This is also the first episode that will be coming out in 1995, because this episode we just did was the New Year's Eve episode of 1994.
I hope this is way better than the Jesse gets addicted to caffeine pills episode.
I mean, this is definitely what they were trying to capitalize on.
Yeah, there's no way there's no way it isn't better though. Because caffeine pills, yes.
They're trying something different, though. I love that it's not smoking or marijuana. It's fucking steroids.
We already did a smoking episode. We already did a smoking cancer episode. We're done with that. We're going straight for the juice.
2 questions.
We're going straight for the fucking juice.
And
2
it's
questions.
Tiffany.
Is she using a needle? Because that's fucked up for a kid show.
I wonder how they're gonna do that.
Yeah, that is interesting.
That's like the most effective way to take it. Right?
It's the only effective way to take it. I mean, like,
so she's getting jabs in the butt as a teenager.
I've never come back from the doctors with the cold when they give me like, steroids and like gone to crush it at the gym, using a needle is the only way.
This ties into James's unbridled rage. Like, she is literally embodying road rage in this next episode, and coupled with what happened to her family and getting abandoned twice by her mother, and then destroying her father's only chance at love.
It's gonna spill over. It's gonna spill over.
And of course, they're gonna play grunge, and she's gonna smash her bass on stage.
Dude, do you think they're gonna bulk her up? Do you think there's gonna? Oh, I can't wait. This is gonna be so fun. We might have some special guests on this episode just to like carry us out. That is the end of the episode, and that's the end of our episode here at Surf Dudes with Attitude. Please email us at surfdudeswithattitude@gmail.com and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Guys, I'm really excited. We did the whole season. Next week, we're gonna throw a big hemorrhoid party, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. Hemorrhoid party.
I want to thank you guys again for coming on and doing this silly thing with me. Until next time, don't let greed destroy your friendships, everybody. This is Pete from New York City.
I'm ordering my donut for my chair for the hemorrhoid episode right now.
Yeah. And don't worry, I've ordered an industrial grade size bottle of preparation H.
Prepare yourselves, everyone.
We're set.
This has been a Waning Moon production.